another weekly preview, AK47 over at Prime Trading Investments and TradeCaster.com. Come over and join us live. We have the big summer boot camp coming on up here. Every streamer will be going over 3 days of their best Prime material from Sean, myself, through all the others. You better come join this, the biggest, baddest boot camp any stock trading community has ever done. This is the 10th through the 14th. Let's break it down. And next Sunday is Father's Day, a week from today, so get ready for your fathers out there, but get some presents ready. And also next week, not this coming week, but the week after, when I do the weekly preview, I will warn you again next week. It's a weird week. We'll be off for Juneteenth, which is a Wednesday, right in the middle of the week. Smack dab, right in the middle of the week, have Wednesday off. So we'll talk about that next week. This week, leading up to it, I think we can get some movement. Now, maybe we get movement next week with that one weird day off on Wednesday. I would think, though, maybe next week's a little weird, not as busy because of that. Just because of that one day off in the middle. I don't know. I haven't had many of those, so I can't tell you, past chart memory, essentially, so to speak, what happens on those Wednesdays off. This week, though, let's get into it. It's a full week. Up here on 52-week high, and boy, we've had some weird, choppier days, as you can see here with the SPY over the past couple of weeks. I mean, you look at how many overall days that have been choppy. I mean, you could even consider that a choppy day. So 1, 2, we'll say no, obviously. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we'll call 9, 10. I mean, about 9 of the last 10 trading days or so, 90% of your trading days recently have been chopped. Remember that. Realize that with the SPY. I'm going to zoom in from right here on my charting and say, on the way up. We need to get back over this 635-ish, 635.30 mark for a move to 636 into 637, we'll call it. Over this 52-week high of 636.89, essentially 637, I'll say that'll be my normal high of the week. No, not so fast, my friend. We do range a little bit more so with the SPY here, just because we're at all-time highs. Over that, watch for move to 538, and over that to 538.75. 538.75 to 540, normal high of the week. Over 540, watch for a move and surge. Now, we'll see what happens this week with the NVDA price split. Watch for this over 530 or over 540 for your ultimate high of the week to 542.50, maybe even to 545, depending on what NVDA does in a lot of stocks this week with NVDA split. Now, for your way back on down, cracking back under this 532.65 mark will be big. For your move down to 532 and around 531.50. Is that prime support resistance area that was hard to get over, and then and even still now we're trying to bounce off of it. Watch for a crack of that for a move down to 530, under 530, somewhere right around here at 528.75 will be my normal low of the week. Just because I think we could go up like we have been. Your ultimate low of the week would then crack it back down if we do have a sell-off this week. Back down under that 528 mark, all the way down to right here, this 527.30. Under 527.25.30 mark, watch for a pull down to 526. Below that to 524. And my ultimate low of the week would take it back to last Monday's low, right around 522.65. Let's go alphabetical time here. Apple here working its way back on up. We'll go to the 4 hour here so we can see 52-week high. And if I'm not mistaken, that is all-time highs. I think even going all the way back into 21, 22. Yes, it is. All right. So watch for that move up here this week, in my opinion. Over 197.50, this little mark right there, 197.75 area for that move to 199.62. That'll be my normal high of the week. My ultimate high of the week would take it to all-time highs through 200, and for a move up overall to around probably the 202.50 area. Now, typically we don't move that much in a week, and you can even see back here with Apple from last week, we went from 92.60, so $4 or $5. So my ultimate high of the week would probably take it to 202.50 at most. For your short city limits, there's a lot of chart to get back through. Getting back through this area from 196.50, then down to 196. Below that to 195.65. Below that, then down to 195.25 to 195. Below that, little chop through 194, but we'll find our way to 194 and then to Monday, or I should say Friday's low area, and they open at right there around 193.60. That'll be my normal low of the week. Your ultimate low of the week would take it then back to 193. Below that to 192.50 area, maybe even 192 for Apple. Over to AMD. Interested to see what this does this week, as well as ARM chip play with NVDA. Does it do anything with it? It's been a little choppy in growth for the past weeks. I'm still a big fan of AMD. I'd say your bottom's normal low of the week will be the usual, right around this 160 mark. Your ultimate high of your normal high of the week will be right around this 174 mark. Your ultimate high of the week would take it through back up to 177.50. Somewhere right around there for your ultimate high of the week, maybe 178.75. Your ultimate low of the week would take it down to this 158 area. Not a big fan of AMD as of recently. Just hasn't been moving too fluidly. Now, Amazon made a gorgeous move back up last Friday, or Monday, well, Friday from Friday to Friday, we'll call it. So Friday to Friday, great move here from Amazon. Look at that gorgeous trend line. On the trend line now, watch for a crack of this on Monday. I'm letting you know right now, this is what I'll be talking about in my weekly my charting lesson part 3. If this still is staying at 184 tomorrow morning, the short side of the trend line crack, back down to Friday's low, and then into this little reversal area of Thursday. If we crack both of those, we could find our way in a multi-day pullback back down to 180, 150, if not down to 180, 85 area. My normal low of the week will be right around 180. My ultimate low of the week would take it back down to 179.50. Under that to 178.75, the 178.50. 178.50. I know we moved a lot last week. I don't think we'll move that much again this week. That's a bigger week for Amazon. So that'll be my normal low of the week. Or ultimate low of the week, I should say. Ultimate low. For your move back on up, I think the short side's better here than the long side just because we did move up so much last week and we're moving back into all-time highs. We need to get back over 185 for your longs for move up to Friday's high of 186.30 and also a high from a few Mondays ago here back on the 20th of May. That'll be my normal high of the week, right around 186.50. Your ultimate high of the week would take it over that 186.50 mark for a move to 187.15, then to 187.75. Over that, I will say, watch for a move up, maybe possibly to that 190, 170 mark. Maybe we'll have back-to-back weeks. We continue on that trend line. Maybe we go up on Monday. I don't know as of right now, but that is in sight, possibly, if we can hold that trend line Monday into Tuesday for Amazon. Over to ARM now. ARM here, team, might start to channel up. Has really been moving up nicely since it's had earnings. Go back to the 4-hour here. Had that earnings drop down, and since then has been moving its way back up, pretty much where it came from. It's like nothing ever happened now. So, overall, watch for a crack of 35 down to 34, under 34 to 32.50, under 32.50 to 31.85, under that down to 30 on the dot for my normal low of the week. Your ultimate low of the week would take it down to 27.50. For your move back up, watch for a downtrend break on Monday for a move back up to 37, or we'll call it 38.20, actually, yeah, 38.20. Over that to 39 and over 39 to 41. We'll go 141 normal high of the week. Your ultimate high, just in case we do start to channel up here finally, your ultimate high of the week would easily take it to 142.50. I already know that. And over 142.50 up to this 145 marker, close to it for ARM. Over to Google. Nice trend line crack. Do you see this is what I'm talking about for Amazon? See how this had the same look, but it cracked on Friday. Amazon stayed up on it. This is exactly what I'm talking about come Monday for Amazon, and I actually might day trade it for once. And the main reason why I may get out of my long, day trade it short, and all those shares will eventually be going over my long-term swing on Amazon that I've been in for 2 years. My point being, sell a lot of that, go short against it for once, because I want to go long on NVDA on the price split. Over 176 here for Google for the move back up to 176.65, then over that to 177, to then 177.30, then up to 178. Over 178 and that little hair over it, watch for a move up to 178.50, 75 area. Over 178.50, 75 area for a move up to 179.50, Friday's high, normal high of the week. Ultimate, right around this area, right? That is my normal high of the week, anywhere over 179 to 180, normal high of the week. Ultimate high of the week, over 180 to 181.50, possibly 182.50. For your move down, which I still like this for more continuation on Monday, under 175.50, 175.30 area, down through 175 to 174.50. Below that through 174 to 173, area somewhere in there. The prime area of support is going to be 173.35. Under 173.35, watch for a move down to then last Monday's low of day of 172.50. That'll be my normal low of the week. My ultimate low of the week would take it back down to Friday before last low of 171. Over to Meta here, could also start to channel up again after a couple of multi-day move up last week. Kind of got out of that weird channel we've been in for weeks. Under 490 for the short, down to 488.50. Then down to 485. Under that to 484. Under 484, another good pullback in my opinion, down to 480 for your normal low of the week. Your ultimate low of the week would then take it back down to 478.75-ish area. And then it gets a little choppy, but then for a move down to around 176.80, 70 area, and right below that, because it's so choppy, your ultimate low of the week would be somewhere around 475, maybe a hair below it. For your move up, need to regain 495 for your move up to last Wednesday's high of day of right around 496.50. Over 496.50 for your move up to 497.85, 498 area, then to 499. Over 499 through 500, it would appear, with no resistance, up to 502.80. This 502 to 503 normal high of the week. Your ultimate high of the week would squeeze it up to 505. Over to Microsoft, there we go. Also, maybe looking to possibly channel up. So over this mark of 426.25 is your longs. Watch for a move up over 426.25 up to around 427.50, 428 area. Over that, watch for a pop up to 428.75. Over 428.75 up to 430. I will say, just because we could start to channel here, and we have moved up pretty decently from Friday to Friday, from 404 to 4, essentially a $20 move. I will go normal high of the week, 430-ish area. Could be 428.75, could be 431, right around right there. Your ultimate high of the week would take it back up to all-time highs in that close to 435 mark. For your short, I like this under 420.65, but your initial start's going to be right around 423-ish area. Down through 422.50 to around 422. Under 422 to the mark, I'm talking about around 420.60. Under 420.60, watch for a nice good prance right on down to 418.30. Under 418.30 down to 416.50. 417.50 to 4, this area right here, normal low of the week. Your ultimate low of the week would take it back down to 415, maybe even a hair below it. Let's go over to Netflix. Over to Netflix now. Over to Netflix. Sorry, one of my dogs is making noise over here. Over to Netflix. Under 640 for the short. Under 640. Good pullback here down to 635. Under 635 down to the 630 mark, possibly 628-ish area, 627, somewhere in there. I will say maybe this also finally starts to channel, because this hasn't. It's just kind of been up and down, then down again, then up and then down. So I will say right there's my normal low of the week, 630 to 627. Your ultimate low of the week, because we have not been under that area in a while, could see a good crack down to 625, then down to 622. So 622-ish area, somewhere around 620, ultimate low of the week. For your move back on up, we are in a head and shoulders over the past 3 days, so watch for continuation down possibly, but over the 642.50 mark to 645. Over that, popped up to 650. Over 650 to 651.52 area. Over that to 655, and over 655 to last Thursday's high of day of 658. That'll be your normal high of the week. Your ultimate high of the week would be back up to all-time highs here of 664.25, 665 area. Now NVDA with the price split, you can see it's already been adjusted for us. That's great. So now, essentially, which was easy to do, we just took away 1-0, which wasn't going to be hard to do the math anyway. So we can see here, right here, and I'm still in here, which is funny to think I'm in right here at the earnings, right here in the $90 range. So we'll see how well that holds up. And if you're looking for a bounce play, long-term average in mark, I would say somewhere around there would be your best bet. Maybe look to start getting in around 107.50 down to 102.50. That's where I would be saying long-term possibly. Or also, where I'm in right now is my stop loss, but also anywhere around that I want to actually average in. My stop loss is actually going to be a little bit lower, if we want to be honest, because I wouldn't mind averaging in if it does somehow get back down to this area. I don't think we'll get any lower than 85. 85 down to around 83, somewhere in there is about as low as I think we would get. I don't think we'd ever get back down to 75, but you never know. So again, in my opinion, just what these plays do, this could squeeze from here because it's so cheap now and go. We may not have a pullback right away. The pullback may come because this is so cheap compared to 1,200. The pullback may not come till 300, 400, 500. I don't know for sure. The trend was with these price splits, once they split, that's why I got onto Amazon too. It kind of went down, then it went up, and then it went down a little bit more, and then it really went up. And that's what typically usually happens for a while. That was the trend. Now the new trend could be, hey, especially with the NVDAs of the world, hey, this is a great bull flag. Who cares about pulling back and selling off? This is at what, 120 now? Let's go back up to 1K, you know? And so that's why I'm saying anywhere from 107.50 down around to the smartest part or smartest areas right around 90, anywhere from right here, this old resistance to which will be new support. 96, 97 down to around 95, maybe potentially down to 92. That's the best scale in that I don't think we'll ever see any lower than that if we did see a pullback. Now for what we do this week, let's just go through it. Back under 17, or we'll call it 118 for the move down to 116.50, then down to 115, under 115 to 114, under that down to around 112.70, 50 area. Now again with the price split, I have no idea how much these plays are going to move. I'm just going to imagine they move what they move based on the split. So right now that means NVDA is only going to be a $5 mover, which is kind of crazy to think. I don't know if that's going to be the case or not. And so my normal low of the week is going to be right around 115 to around 112. My ultimate low of the week would take it down through 112 to 110, possibly to 107, 40, 50 area. That's my ultimate low of the week from 110 to 107.50. For your move back up, watch over 121.75 area. For your move up through 123 to about 123.50, and over 123.50, of course, up to that 125.50 mark. That'll be my normal high of the week. My ultimate high of the week would take it to 127.50 and over 127.50, possibly to 130. Again, I have no idea how much this is going to range in a week. It will be new for me to see as well. Over to the Qs. Watch back under, I would say, we'll kind of zoom in from right there. Watch back under that 462 mark. It's going to be pretty crucial. Under 462 down around this low and the open here on Friday. And, of course, in pre-market, 460.50 to the 460. Under 460, watch for a move down to around 4. Right here, I'm getting it 459. Under 459 to around 458. Under 458, watch for a move down to 456.75, then down to 456. 456 to 455, normal low of the week. Your ultimate low of the week would take it back down to 454. Below that, it's going to get real choppy, so I don't think we'll get any lower than 452. For your move back up, especially if we hold 462, watch for that squeeze and pop to 464, and of course to 464.75 area right there where that upper shadow is. Over that to 465.75 and Friday's high of day, that will be my normal high of the week. My ultimate high of the week, watch for a squeeze over 466 to all-time highs, possibly up to 468.75. 468.75 for QQQ. Over to SMCI. This one also could see a good pullback. A lot of room to run down when we get back below 740 here. So below 760, watch for a move to 750-ish, 753, then down to 741, 740. Under 740, and maybe we get range bound, but even if we did, I think we would go through that area. Watch for a move down. We'll go to that 4-hour time frame. Below that 740-ish mark, watch for a move down to around 730, then to 720. Under 720, which will be my normal low of the week, watch for a move down to 700. I don't quite think we'll get below 700, maybe like a hair below it like we did here, where there's like a little lower shadow one day, but we come back up and actually primarily hold it. That would be it for your ultimate low, though, for your ultimate low of the week. If I can remember the time frame, for your way back on up. Over 470 and 472.50, watch for a pop to 475. Over that, you have, I meant 7, my bad, 7. Over that 782, 783 mark, which will be key resistance, watch for a nice good squeeze up through 790, probably all the way up to 795, even 800. I will say, because this again could start to channel in range bound, the top and bottom being a little wonky, I will go anywhere from 800 to 810 for your normal high of the week. Your ultimate high of the week would then squeeze it back to last week's high overall, and Wednesday's high of day to 822, essentially 820 to 825. And over that, it will get tough again, but your ultimate high of the week would be somewhere right around the 830-ish or so mark. And last but not least, Tesla. This is so gross and ugly. You can see how channel bound this has been. I wouldn't trade this if you paid me. I would trade any of those other tickers. I'm not even going to tell you what to trade here. It's over 182.75, 183 for the longs if we ever get there, and back under 172 and 170 for the shorts if and when we get there. Otherwise, that 172 to 170 mark is prime support, and 180 to 182 or 3 is prime resistance. There is your breakdown for the week. With another eye again, with our eyes another eye, but both should be. With our eyes again on NVDA yet again. With the price split this week, should be interesting to see. Signing off till next week. Have a great week, team.